Greetings, dears. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with another moment for chronic wellness. Today I'm talking about tips and tools for managing brain fog. Yeah, that's my foghorn. What cuts through the fog? So that's, the foghorn cuts through the fog. What are the things that cut through the fog? I mean, wouldn't it be great if that we had some sort of magic fog clearing potion or light or remedy that could dispel or disperse the fog as it settles in? And boy, if I find it, trust and believe I will be sharing it with you. But until then, all I have are the 10 years of experience of managing and learning how to live with, and tips and tools and techniques that I've found for trying to carve out some amount of a life and still have brain fog. So today's tool is somewhat old school, but is something that I put into practice about a year and a half ago and has become probably my second favorite thing to handle the experience of the brain fog. And it is that I carry an old school journal. And if I'm able to, I'm going to try to splice in some freeze frame pictures into this video. I've not done that before, but I think that would be helpful here. And it is a moleskin hardcover, just like 8 by 5¼ inch journal. And in it, I keep track of my daily migraines, and I've got just one page where I record on a pain scale of 1 to 10 every night what my migraine is at that day. And then I've got a couple of pages set aside for like books that people recommend and podcasts that people recommend, because that stuff was just getting lost on like Post-it notes and text messages I was sending myself, and I'd never find it again, or I'd find it wadded up at the bottom of a bag. And then from there on out, it is just free form. Some pages are notes from webinars that I've watched, or notes from conversations that I have with anything from my mentor to the doctor's office to the credit union to ideas that I have about what I'm going to talk to you about. But here is the radical key. At the front of the journal, I left probably a dozen blank pages, and I use that for an index. So in the journal, I go every 3 or 4 weeks and scoot up to the front where the index is, and I write down, page 35, notes about that Martha Beck webinar that I watched. Page 82, conversation with the lady at the credit union about what's going on with my transfer from my savings account to my Roth IRA. And that index is what makes the journal golden, because then I can look at the index to find whatever it is that I'm looking for. Is it the recipe that the friend gave me? Is it the recommendations for the podcast that friends have been making? Whatever, there it is. And then I just use that journal until it's done. And when it's used up, I write the dates on the front that I was using it, and I move on to the next journal. And I've made it a little more useful to myself by inserting some tabs on the edge of the journal so that I can find things a little more easily. But it's very low tech and has been one of my most helpful tools. I carry it with me when I leave the house. I keep it by me when I'm in the house. And so that is one of the ways I am combating brain fog. How about you? Sound off. And until we meet again, please remember that whether or not your body is healthy, your spirit can be well. Take care.